Neil Cavuto and his panelists on his Fox Business show have a little inside information on Hillary Clinton, and it's very telling.
She just matched him on opposing a crucial trade deal, and now she's pitching a massive Wall Street crackdown. Charlie, you're not too worried about the latter. Why not?
And none of my buddies on Wall Street are worried either. I give Bernie Sanders credit for one thing, being intellectually honest about what he wants to do. He wants to break up the banks. He wants to take really clear-cut, I'm not saying constructive because I don't agree with him, but clear-cut measures against Wall Street to rein them in. This is a bunch of gobbledygook that really leads to nowhere. When you peel back the onion on this thing, it's weak tea on every single level. Just think, Hillary Clinton wants to end. This is the President of the United States. Thinks it's a policy of the president, prerogative of the president, to end spoofing in high-frequency trading. Give me a friggin' break.
Which is what you can't sell.
It's a way of high-frequency trading, which I'm not going to bore people with, but it means about that much.
He can define it. I guarantee you she can.
Well, but Ben Stein, what I do notice, I think there is a lot of theater to this. I think he's right, but I do also know that she wants to punish and extend the time which you can go after financial chieftains to make them pay for a lot of the fines and everything else that went wrong with the meltdown. She's making herself look like the anti-Wall Street candidate, but I've talked to many of her friends, as Charlie, that she doesn't really mean it. Now, what does she mean?
Well, for one thing, individuals on Wall Street did not cause the meltdown. The meltdown was caused by a guy named Mr. Paulson, who was Secretary of the Treasury, and a guy named Mr. Bernanke, who was head of the Federal Reserve.
But Bernanke too surprised there aren't more execs in jail. What do you think?
They had dinner and said, let's cause a financial crisis.
Bernanke should be in jail. But look, Mrs. Clinton is getting a huge amount of money from Wall Street liberals. The idea that she's going to be tough on them is just a bad joke.
Well, John Mack, of the former Morgan Stanley, was telling me that back in the summer, saying, look, she has to do this. And I thought it was a rather cynical but probably honest read of what's going on. But she's been doing this enough, and by dismissing the trade deal and countering her old boss, these chits against business are piling up. Can she reverse them?
This is a wink-wink. People who work on Wall Street know that this will never go anywhere, and so does she. It's tapioca pudding for the left. But she's trying to spoon-feed it to him. It's just like that proposal.
Well, I'm not really worried about Hillary Clinton's progressive rhetoric because I don't believe it, because I have people on Wall Street who tell me, wink, nod, it's cool. She's on our side. Shh. I think that's absolutely true. And remember, it's not just these guys saying it, and they do know people on Wall Street, but it's also, there was an article in the Daily Beast from a while back that we spoke about. We covered it on the show. I gave you the direct quotes. Hillary Clinton is getting a free pass from the people on Wall Street to say whatever she wants against them. So think about how much she's on their side if they're that comfortable with her that they're letting her say anything. Because with President Obama, for example, now I do think he's also on the side of Wall Street by and large. I mean, maybe he cracked down a little bit in some areas, but he's also massively on their side, and the dollar figures show that. But with Obama, they were concerned about his rhetoric. So when he would ramp up his anti-Wall Street rhetoric, anti-CEO rhetoric, tax the rich rhetoric, and all that stuff, they would write op-eds, some of the Wall Street guys saying, oh, this is an attack on the rich, war on success, and they'd go on and on about how you're persecuting us, you're so bad, you're so wrong. So they feared him when he did progressive rhetoric, even though he was largely on their side. With Hillary Clinton, she's so on their side that they're just like, go ahead, say whatever the fuck you want. We don't care. You can say, I want 100% tax on the rich, a marginal tax on the rich, and we'll shut up. Because we know that when push comes to shove, you're really with us, because the Clintons have a track record of doing anything and everything for the establishment and big business and corporations and Wall Street.